Greetings, Kerbal Killers. So, you're headed on over for a 10,000 ton rocket launch. I think we're just about ready to get this thing into orbit. Who wants to see it? I'm watching the chat. Who wants to see it? Don't you just hate the lag? Nobody wants to see it. Okay, I'll go home then. Well, tough. I'm going to have to launch it anyway. Let's go ahead and switch you over to KSP. And there she is. One little beastie. Oh, and I've already broken it. Just wait for it to undo that, which may take a while. Currently, KSP is running at 2.8 gigabytes, which I really don't like the look of. Is it big enough for you guys? Let's bring up the info. Oh, it's still loading. And there we go. 10,034.4 tons. Part count 571. Size. Height is 38.7 meters. Width is 52.1 meters. Length 46.0 meters. Do you think it'll get into orbit? Well, you've got all the Delta V stats. And of course, you had a little picture of a early development Kerbal accident. That's kind of what happens when you stage and you haven't strutted your stuff properly. Let's just put it that way. Big explosions behind it. God, I love those explosions. Well, we're here to see a launch. Let's see if we can kill KSP. This is the bit that usually takes a while. And KSP hasn't crashed yet. Although it does say it's not responding, but that's actually quite normal for my KSP, annoyingly. I bet you're all wondering, how fast is it actually going to be able to simulate this launch? And oh bugger. I do believe we're having some technical difficulties. Yep. Right. Okay. Let's go and restart KSP. It's probably crashed because I've been running KSP for the last 4 hours, setting up satellites around all the other planets. Can barely hear me. Really? Hmm. Let me go and check my microphone settings. That would be because it should be set to that. Is that any better? Let's have a look. See if I can boost the microphone volumes. No, I don't want speech recognition. Should already be set to maximum, but let's take a look while we're loading KSP. Yeah, pretty much already on the maximum. And according to OBS, my peak levels are getting quite high up. How's that? Is that any better? How's my microphone settings now? Let me know in the chat. Ah, right. Well, as long as you can hear me. Darn, that's a long delay. You have to get used to that delay. Well, let's go and switch you over to KSP so you can watch it load. There's a lot of mods and parts within my KSP, so it takes a while to load. Plus also I have a memory manager running that really enjoys swapping KSP around. Wow. And KSP's crashed again. Really? Okay, that's just a random crash. That's a stupid one. Come on, KSP. I've got nothing else running. What could you possibly object to? Yeah, it must have been a fluke. My first ever live stream on Wednesday went completely and utterly without a hitch. KSP started up, shut down, started up again, shut down again, God knows how many times throughout the stream. No issues. And when I do one off the cuff, it decides to throw a pissy fit. Don't you just love it? I'm on now. Perhaps it might help if we sang to it. Does anyone know any Kerbal carols? Any, I don't know, Kerbal worship chants? Anything like that? Normally I'd suggest petting it, but I don't think Kerbals like being petted. I think they much prefer being dropped on their heads. Aye. Well, it's not like I can even threaten it. Although I must admit, it really doesn't like it when I pull its guts out. Answering the ultimate question. Yeah, will KSP work? Hmm. I always love the witty loading hints. Come on. No, don't do that. Oh, 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 touch wood, I think it's gonna load. Module Manager. 1,433 patches applied. Yeah, wonderful. I really need to go and edit out the patches sometime. Yeah, testing springs. And we have Kerbal up. Come on. I want to get this thing into orbit. Sometime tonight. Come on. Where are we? Anchor. Still loading? Yes? No? Go. Right. Just to show you that it is still the same ship. It is of course a tanker, and that's the tanker itself. And the rest is just to get the darn thing into orbit. So let's see if we can go ahead and do a launch. Fingers crossed, touching wood. Let's see if it'll go up. Go on, KSP. There's a good KSP. Be a good boy. Well, actually, I'm not quite sure if KSP is male or female. Displays both characteristics, I think. It's thinking about it. Oh, 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 oh. Show me the launch pad. Show me the launch pad. KSP really doesn't like OBS being running. Oh, I think. And there she is. Great big massive tanker. And yes, I really need a bigger launch pad. Can somebody please get the squad developers to give me a bigger launch pad? Or perhaps maybe there's a mod out there to make a bigger launch pad. That's just quite nuts. And of course, as you can see, it's simulating physics, so it is going to launch. Now, I am going to cheat, I'm afraid. There is a reason for it. If you haven't spotted it already, you will in a minute. 3, 2, 1, go to space. Yep, you've guessed it, it's crawling. Yeah, the lag. Tell me about it. I'm not really surprised given the number of parts. I try and keep the part count to under 200 and I get a reasonably smooth launch. Just think, if a we try to install near or far, get rid of the text off the screen. There we go. If we try to install near or far, it would be absolutely and utterly ridiculous. But the good thing is, it will speed up as we start dropping stages off. What's the orientation here that way? No. Don't bring that menu up. So now you can see why I'm using NetGem. Because normally, at this point, if I know a craft's going to go up on its own, normally I click launch and then disappear and go make myself a pro. A bit. What oh, it doesn't say, does it? I wonder if I can work out where the sun is. Oh, we're going to be practically in orbit before we see the sun again. So, let's explain the stages a little bit. It's a variation of onion staging. So the very first stage, which is the outer, flip up and look down on it. You've got in each of the 6 basically arms that come out. These 3 on the end are going to be the first ones to drop. Then that one, then that one, then that one, and by the time it gets to this inner core it should be in orbit. And the inner core has got about, it's 2,200 delta V for curb and escape, something like that. As you can see, it's strutted together in a relatively simple fashion. You might be wondering what's with the heights of the nose cone. Basically, they're at different heights to adjust the thrust to weight ratios, because when, for example, the first stage is complete, the thrust to weight ratio, if it's too high when the stage completes, it'll make the entire thing wobble and break apart. So by adjusting the weights of the stages, you can bring the starting thrust to weight ratio of the next stage closer to the ending thrust to weight ratio of the stage before. That way it doesn't start wibbly wobbling about and just disintegrate. Same goes when you release the stage. Change in not only the centre of mass, but also the stresses on the structure itself, again, can make it wibble about and go all over the place. So changing the masses of each stage individually and making it more customized, you minimize the differences. And well, since I fixed the strutting, I haven't had an issue yet. So, and the last issue was caused by one of the inner stages deciding to not separate outwards. It decided to separate inwards, which was rather annoying. What height are we up to here? 9,000. Yep. They're burning really hot. Let's get rid of the alarm clock. Come on. Yep, by my guess, 1 game second is about 10 seconds in real life. Now she should be starting to pitch over very shortly, just as the first stage runs out, which is not the best time to be doing it. Is it gonna go boom? And the first stage has run out. And MechJeb should release it for us. And there she goes. Drops straight down, no messing, no explosions, and then MechJeb pitches over. Now from here on in, the game should start speeding up. Well, looks like we are indeed going to get into orbit. Although, having said that, I've been at 99% of the orbital burn complete, and something's gone wrong before now. Don't think we're far off the next stage dropping. Nope, we're not. 4, 3, 2, 2, 1. And stage complete. And release. Falls back. No messing about. No spinning around. No KOing everything in its path. Just nicely behaves. You know, that's kind of a more eventful view. Eventful? Yeah, that's not quite the right word, is it? Now, where's the next stage? Not far off. One of the biggest issues with packing so many engines close together is they do have a general tendency to get a little bit on the toasty side. Oh, and I've just realised this ship is being piloted by Jebediah. Who else? Rather fitting, that is. Oh, coming up for stage release. Come on. Okay, it won't let me change view. Why not? Okay. Why do I have debris at 29 kilometers away? That's weird. Oh well, KSP has decided it doesn't want to delete the debris anymore. Not helpful, KSP. They're currently running 1 game second is about 4 seconds real time. So definitely improving. And this whole launch is hands off. Okay, why have you not drawn the back jab? Really? Thank you. Not that I don't trust you at all, MacJab. Not that you've killed many Kerbals by screwing up completely. I wouldn't say anything of the sort. Anyone seen the darn sun? Oh, we missed that stage. Oh well. Now from this point, we definitely need to turn the RCS on. We're launching a tanker into orbit. So the front section of this is full of a hell of a lot of fuel. And the fuel doesn't get drained by the rocket engines, which basically means the nose of this can become heavier than the tail section, which basically means even with a low thrust to weight ratio that this section has by design, it can end up overtaking or trying to overtake the front section, which results in it spinning round in circles. So, in order to avoid doing that, we have plenty of RCS on. MacJab. There we go. And there I was thinking it had done something wrong. Having said that, I'm still thinking that it's about to do something wrong. Now you can see the RCS firing in a very weird pattern. Uh-oh. Matt Jeb's ballsing up. Well, luckily enough, it's easy to take control from Matt Jeb. Let's have a see where it got up to. Well, definitely in orbit. So let's just go ahead and manually continue this burn. Something like, what'd that be, 25%? Anyone seen the sun? Somebody said it'd be just round the corner. And that's, well, just over 500 kilometres. Go ahead and time warp up to apogee. I think I know why the game's running so slow. I'll bet there is a ton of debris everywhere because it's not been deleting it. Ouch. 136, really? That'll explain it. I think we might have a KSP error. Let's go ahead and let the SAS swing us back around. In the meantime, I need to tell MacJeb not to use quite so much throttle. Yeah, I guess MechJeb's SAS module really doesn't know what the hell to do with this thing. So, maneuver node planner. Circularize at the apogee, create and execute. And hopefully it will still behave. So, what does the chat think? Yes, I need a faster PC. But it's not very often you see a 1,000-ton rocket go up. Or is it more a case of the chat is now busy designing their own and seeing how much they can make their own PC crawl? One SAS, hold it, hold it, hold it. Actually not. Oh, I didn't turn it on, that's why. Great. Now, why didn't the chat tell me I hadn't hit the button? But when this finally comes back around, seriously, MacJab? Right. Please execute and behave yourself. Almost there. Come on. Come on. And... Hey presto! One tanker in orbit. Ah, wonderful. And we are currently running... Probably game time is about... Probably 1 second game time. Just over a second, so it's running just slightly slower. But I thought I'd do an impromptu stream just to show everybody 10,000 ton rocket launch. Excuse me. I'm CW, and I really like really big things. Bye for now.